welcome back. We get a little another round of 16 game for BPL Season 7. If you can see on the screen now in front of you, Group D, the quickest group in the round of 16. We're very proud of them, having their games done, I believe, even before the weekend where they were scheduled, is always exciting. As you can see, Sash with his nice little 2-1 of Akumar and Vedor with his 2-0 of Raxel, which after we saw that best of three and the qualifiers, full shock if
Against
you.
Mirrored.
Oh my God.
Probably my favorite match. I think the best part of that was it was a BO3, and we finished the entire series before a bunch of the other people had finished their first
The
game.
first game, and each one was a pure stress, just a fantastic game to watch. And he 2-0'd Raxel, so Vedor, after a little bit of a rocky qualifiers, even if it was very funny, actually came back with a vengeance. And the set we're going to watch now is Sashkorin versus Vedor.
Right. So if you look at these, round one, which is the R1, that was Sash versus Akmar, like LBM said, and then Vedor versus Raxel. So the two winners of round one were Sash and Vedor. So that's why they're playing. And then the winner of this gets through to the main event. The loser of this will play in round three in the elimination final. And then the series after this is Akumar Raxel. The loser of that is knocked out. The winner goes to the elimination final and has one more chance. So there's three series left in this group.
All right. I believe we're good to swap over to our
Yes,
wonderful
sir.
little versus screen of, well, I guess we can go right through it and see our Sashkorin and Vedor. Uh, you know,
Yeah.
not going to get the same feeling as we would live with the various maps, but we will see that the first game of this set is Arksome Cats, the second game being High Noon, and the third game, should we get there, will be Into Battle Redux. My God, that is a name. Not a map we've seen very often. I don't know about you, Volshock, but I really like the maps we see so far.
Yeah, I haven't watched an actual game on Into Battle yet, which is
Mm.
crazy. I've seen games on every other map, but the games that have been played, there were seven played in qualifiers on it. I didn't watch any of them. I haven't even seen scrims or practice games on it either. So,
I
yeah.
don't know if I saw a game go very long on Into Battle Redux. We saw one between Sabotai and Teddy, right, on the qualifier. At least I saw that on the mainstream, and that was just the game just kind of ended at 10 minutes. It was just a very quick game, and then I think the map tends to go that way a lot of times. Uh, I mean, on the flip side of that, High Noon, fantastic games, very interesting map. I think it's a very good for the pool.
We have seen a ton of absolutely great games on High
Yeah.
Noon. I'm super excited. I think it has a lot of kind of diversity in whether they want to go frontline for, like the high mech builds or whether they're going to go farther back next to the Geo. But it's interesting. And I'm also excited to see both of these players because neither of
Mhm.
them have won it, but they've both been kind of perpetual BPL contestants.
Yeah.
Sash, I think the best he's finished is third, fourth. If we look at his stats, I can't remember offhand. I'm pretty
Let's
sure
look.
he's finished like third, fourth, multiple.
Oh
Oh,
my God. Third, fourth. Wow. Which actually just goes to show how good Sash is, right, as a player. I mean, consistently getting third and fourth. Like these early BPLs were somewhat less competitive. They're still insane, obviously. And like, as this goes forward and players only get better, Sash is still making it the whole distance. Like, that's very impressive.
yeah. And I mean, a bunch of those, it's like he's knocked out by the champion, or
Yeah.
like in that one, it's like he loses to autopilot. It's like you can't, he's so good. And I feel like with, on the right day with a decent run, he could totally take it. So yeah, I mean that one he lost
To
to what,
Randy.
Andy,
Yeah.
but incredibly strong player. And if you look at his win rate graph, he's one of the few that actually has an upward trend. A lot of the 1v1 players have a decreasing trend with game length, but those FFAers, man, that is a varied skill set that is not afraid to take it late.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's kind of up there with Otto in my mind of just a very solid player, and if it goes late, you're gonna be in trouble, as he's got the skill to back it up. Which I will say, Vedor, no slouch either. I will say he probably had not quite the same result all for every tournament as not not quite going the distance of Sash, but getting top 16 in every BPL. Uh, pretty good. You know, all things considered,
Yeah,
pretty good.
I mean, the fact that he makes it through qualifiers has made
Yeah.
it to out of groups once. I really hope that he can make it out of groups again because I think he is a hilarious player to
Yeah.
watch. It's funny because I feel like he has the two modes of like, hey, I'm just playing normally, and then there's this like desperation mode that kicks in where he's
Desperation.
like, it's time to do the weirdest possible things imaginable. My base is dead, but I'm just gonna calm walk your lab and win somehow.
Look, we don't know why every game in the qualifiers turned into one of those desperation games, but wow, it definitely did. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, yeah, it's. I definitely think Sash is favored, but Vedor he's definitely taken games off top players before, so I'm excited to see it. And Archs and Cats isn't too technical of a map, which is the first map that they're going to play, but I think that he definitely could maybe have some sort of build on it. We've generally seen more bot play than V play, but we'll
Well,
see.
I mean, I don't even know if that's true, right? Because we've seen, was it Alpha Cup? I think where this map was one of the maps, and actually core vehicle is relatively popular on it, and this was during like the pawn like brain moment of like 1v1 where like everybody was just mashing the pawn button and running at each other. Like
Mhm.
we saw some pretty big successes actually out of people with core vehicle on this map, and it kind of makes sense, right? There's three distinct lanes, relatively flat, and I
Right.
may have heard incisors are somewhat good, and they probably still are somewhat good. Uh,
Yeah, so we've seen on it so far, just for some numbers, we have seen 9 games on Arts and Cats Valley through qualifiers,
mm,
and of those 9, we have seen more bot labs than V labs, but I don't have a distinction between core and ARM for it. So
Interesting,
yeah, I
makes
mean,
sense.
we'll see. Sorry, I thought I was going to be really smart, and then I realized I don't have the breakdown, and I was like, oh wait, never
Look, you're still
mind.
full shock
Sorry.
the stat man at this point, but that makes sense, right? There's a decent amount of reclaim, which we'll see when we get in. A lot of like, there's metal reclaim, there's energy reclaim, and just transitioning to vehicle is kind of like easy and just
Yeah,
strong. Uh,
yeah. I'm ready for it. I
all
mean,
right.
do you think there's any? I haven't seen. I've seen the geos taken, the base geos taken. I don't think I've seen anyone take the forward geos.
Not, it happens, but it is definitely like if we get to like the early tier 2 phase, you'll definitely see those geos taken. But early, probably not. Like one normal geo is generally good enough, especially with how dangerous positioned the second geo is. Uh, and I guess I can bring the map back up, and you can see that those forward geos are very vulnerable.
There. They
Uh,
are a little sketch.
yeah.
VDB was kind enough to help add me that after we had the debate where you were like,
Yep.
there aren't that many
Yep.
geos on Idlers, and I was
Look,
panicked like loading into the map like, yeah, there are, right?
I noticed it. I didn't want to say anything. It's like, dang, that is an improvement. You can absolutely, easily see where these geos are. Oh man.
All right, I
Uh,
think we're ready for action,
all
right?
right, we're gonna go in game, and I'm ready.
Well, let's do it.
All right, so here we are. Game one between Sash and Vedor, and well, so far nothing crazy. I wanted to see it. I want to see one of these players start arm, but I know with the what we've been seeing recently, it's less than
It
likely. All right.
Yeah, I mean, it has been all core all day. It's pretty ridiculous, to be honest.
I think
Just the sheer amount of core play we've seen.
didn't you link some stats? And I think it was for CCR, and there was like 16 games played, and there was like what one game of arm, one game of arm or something like that. It was actually blew my mind. There was like 15 games of core and like 1 or 2 games of arm, and it
Yeah,
was
it's
like wow.
yeah. CCR has nine plays, and it's 16 core, 2 arm,
Oh,
which is crazy.
that's
And
insane.
Vedor's going core V. So,
Okay.
this is going to be a little vehicle versus bot action.
Yeah, I really do like the bot open on this, right? Like there's a lot of trees. I wonder if I can see. Oh no, you can't actually see these with the UI, but there's actually a decent amount of metal reclaim. Okay,
It's
apparently.
not. It's like 400, I think, or
Yeah,
so.
yeah, it's actually weirdly
Um,
clumped on. on Vedor's side versus Sash's. But
I did not know that,
I
but I
didn't
mean,
either.
yeah, there's 188k E reclaim, which, especially for that kind of early jump start to start expanding, I think is going to be great. And Sash opened with the res bot. Is he going to go 1 or 2? Just goes 1 res
Into
into,
con, yeah.
yeah.
Into con, a few grunts. Vedor going with three rascals going across the map immediately. Into it looks like a couple cons. Pretty standard opening, I think, from both of them.
Mhm.
I don't even know what just happened to my screen, but that's a good bugs. We found them. I found a bug. That's good time.
I didn't see it. Sorry.
You know how you can hit T on a unit and do like the camera to
Yeah.
follow a unit? Well, it did a full
Yeah.
like 620. When I did that, I don't know.
Oh, nice.
Wow. All right, we're so
So
excited to see
nice.
that rascal that we decided to do a spin. But yeah, Sash is defended well. You just when you're in this like weird position, right? And there's rascals and you have grunts, you can't really push out until your base is somewhat defended. You have a few units, and you actually get that unit clump going. But and Sash has done a good job defending.
Yeah, I mean, I like Vedor. He just put a rascal at each entrance, right? And then he's just mass expanding behind that.
Yeah.
He's going to go quad con, it looks like.
That's very greedy. I like it though. I mean, he knows he's pretty safe at this point. Like Sash isn't really pushing out. He like you said, he put these rascals in very smart positions. He'll have plenty of warning to actually start making units, and he's just gonna greed, make some cons, and out expand.
And Sash is going to do the slight opposite. He's going to drop the nano in base so he can calm walk. I feel like there's an interesting flip where some of the bot players, they just keep the common base and they're like, hey, you know, bots are so BP heavy, so they just want to use their comm for it. And then others are, I've seen more of this. You drop a nano in base so you can comm walk, which it definitely gives you more map control, but sometimes I feel like maybe your start's a little delayed just because if you aren't expanding with, or if you aren't mass cons, you don't get that energy boost quite as much. So I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It's gonna be interesting to see in about like a minute or two, really, right? Like the difference between you know the calm walk versus the not calm walk, but just mass like con expand. It's gonna be interesting. Ooh, Vedor opting for a very early mine layer as
I
well.
know a second one. He's going
Oh,
double.
he's going two. Okay, that's kind of crazy. That's a hefty investment. It'll be very useful on a map like this later on if you can keep this mine layer alive. As you know, like 3 distinct chokes makes it
I
relatively
I
easy.
really like it because I feel like, I mean, so much of the value of a mine layer is not even in the actual damage that the mines cause on units, but the mental damage that they cause on
Yeah.
the enemy player, where it's like you run into mines and you're like, okay, did I get through them all, or are there more ahead of it? And then it just you don't want to push because you're like just kind of paralyzed by it. But we'll see, because here come the raiding grunts.
And sometimes all you need to hear is the notification of you know mines detected, and it's like, well, I guess I'm not pushing this for a little bit, but yeah, Vedor's gonna have to pull this con back and bring some incisors over. Might lose. Ooh, mine will kill one of the grunts, but he should lose a Mexit at a minimum for this.
Yeah, incisors are scaring them off.
Yeah. I think the combo of the mines and the incisors showing up, Sanch is like, you know what? Take the mechs, take the radar. Let's just leave. We got what we wanted. Well, the incisor numbers are starting to build up, this is kind of where it gets to like the scary point for the bot player, where you really need to consider transitioning, right? Like the amount of grunts in your face is seems like a lot until they run into the incisor ball, and then all of a sudden those grunts just evaporate. Speaking of evaporating, these grunts heading right for this mine, like cluster of Vedors. Ooh,
Yeah, this could be. Are they going to sneak through? I
actually,
think they sneak by. Or
oh, but Sash does see Vedor's mine layers, and they are out of position. Ooh, he's gonna try and catch them. If he can, it is so annoying losing one of these mine layers. He might actually manage to save it. Oh, nope, not quite. Spoke too soon. One of the mine layers
yeah,
lives, but it is kind of just sprinting forward into more grunts.
it's a lot of incisors though. It's not a complete X Factor build, but I mean, you're looking at 27 grunts from Sash versus 18 and 19 incisors now from Vedor, and
Yeah.
that is scary once that push starts.
Just look at the army value. I mean, Sash is ahead in basically every metric except for units, which is kind of what you would expect at this point. And he's kind of in a weird position where, you know, he's going to lose a mech here. He maybe kills a Khan, but yeah, there's a lot of incisors sprinting at him in the south.
Sash is just going to straight up abandon his VLab or his bot lab and go VLab instead. So
I kind of like it.
He's going to reclaim that and just go incisor. So we're going to see some tank on tank action.
Yeah, take the economic lead he has and roll with it. You know, go just make incisors, pump him as quickly as you can, and just catch up in army value as quickly as you can. Oh man, pretty good engage actually from Sash, all things considered. Grunt versus incisor is always going to be kind of rough.
Yeah, and you know, I think a lot of his economic advantage feels like it's from that comm expand. His commander has just been walking to top right and has just taken all the mexes and put everything there. It might get, some of these expansions might get raided by this little group of incisors, but he was able to do quite a bit. And he's going to drop a VLab in the north.
Oh, yeah, this has gotten more popular, I feel like I've noticed, in the last couple BPLs, where players are far more comfortable with, like, comm expanding in a direction on these bigger maps, and once they reach that like, very top position opposite their starting spot, they'll just drop another lab and start pumping vehicles, start pumping grunts, whatever, you know, and it seems quite strong, all things considered. Ooh, Vedor decided not to jump onto the Mex cluster. I'm kind of surprised. He ends up going past it into just reinforcing units from Sash.
Yeah, I feel like raiding the mexes would have been vastly superior, but he might try to push bot again. We'll see. He does have quite the mines across mid, which I like.
Yeah, I mean that could get some meaty value if he can bait Sash into it. Somewhat still a little frightening for Sash, I want to say, in the south, as he definitely appears to still be somewhat army valued here. By somewhat, I mean substantially over double the metal invested in these two armies.
He's got backup incisors coming though, so we'll see. I think maybe Vedor had a window to punish, but I'm not sure if he'll be able to now. Yeah, I mean, Sash just has such a commanding economic lead, and Vedor's going to finish the Geo, which will equalize energy, but Sash hasn't taken his Geo yet.
Yeah, which actually he's going an air lab right now. He's got a couple of E-stores, he's made a lot of wins, and he's going for an air transition. I have a feeling it's for bombers, but it could be for Shurikens. Either one could be pretty high value here.
And Vedor is gonna drop his own air lab. He's got some bar sense there.
Oh, nice. Did turn off his vehicle lab to actually fund it, and you know, these metrics are looking a little scary for Vedor actually. Like he's falling pretty far behind in army value, and he's been behind in everything else.
Oh, mid.
Oh man. Well, mine layer gets caught, and Sash is gonna start running into these mines, although. Light mines, you know.
That's the thing, though, right? He was just through them, and then he's gonna back up because he's like, I don't know if there are more. So mission accomplished.
Yeah,
he actually got through and then ran back.
The mental damage, right? Like it is actually like, okay, well, I can just keep hitting mines. Surely I'm gonna keep hitting mines if I go forward, and he just doesn't commit for more. Okay, so it is Shurikens from Sash, and Vedor is just actually going pure fighter into bomb. 200 bombers in queue. That's optimistic.
And raid on bot, he does have a couple exploiters and an LLT, but I think they die before the incisors can respond.
Yeah, Sash should just be able to drive right over this amount of army, and I see on the minimap the Shurikens are on the way, which Vedor will scout actually, as Sash has scouts going over mid. Vedor will see that Sash has air, and will maybe get his fighters in position. And probably not in time, actually.
Not in time, yeah. I think this is one of those things where he'll lose the Shuris, but win the fight just because they've already stunned by the time the Figs get there.
Yeah.
Might be a little close.
Sash really needs to stun the Exploiter as well, but I guess now even then, Vedor's whole army just gets evaporated. The Shuriken difference kind of...
Scary.
And
there's res bots behind from Sash. If you just look a little below, he's feasting.
Yeah, he's actually going to eat most of this. It looks like Sash will lose the army here, but he is going to eat most of this, which,
and
you know,
he's counter pushing top while Vedor's counter pushing mid. So map is definitely getting dynamic.
Yeah, Vedor really needs to get some actual economic damage soon. I see he's got some bombers moving across the map, but I don't know if he has enough fighters to get through Sash's air defense.
Yeah, he hasn't scouted this. He probably thinks that he can pop the Geo, but there isn't a Geo to pop, unfortunately. It is a wind map, though, so I guess you can always kind of assume that you'll be able to potentially bomb wind, but
Yeah.
popping the Geo is always nice. Oh, he's bombing incisors on top.
Oh, well, well, okay. I was gonna say all these incisors grouped up for it, and then like, okay, well, okay, the shurikens will guarantee it, as the incisors actually get evaporated by the shuriken bomber combo here.
Yeah, I mean they're definitely holding pretty well. Vedor's gonna have to flex this army south, though. I mean, he has nothing, and there is a massive incisor ball coming.
Yeah, he's killing this whole army, but like you said, this kind of spiraling out of control for Vedor. There's just too many units all over the map, and he just does not have any. Like if you look at it, where is his army? He just doesn't seem to have any. He invested so much into this air play that he just doesn't have anything on the ground.
Man, Pounder versus Brute.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't watched the Autopilot versus X Factor, there were quite some Pounder plays in there.
Oh man, that was definitely a strange set, and I'm just grateful we're not seeing that now, as that was just unsettling. Just watching Pounders just be used as raiding units. But the bombing run's going. I think it's a little late, as Sash has had plenty of time to make fighters, make AA. I say as he actually doesn't appear to have any AA or fighters. He's making a few lashers to try and stop
he's gonna bomb the Geo, but there's nothing there.
No.
He sent the attack command for it.
The blind bombing is unfortunately not going to get him any value, as these bombers are just getting lashered down. So far, a radar goes down, a mech's a few wins.
And Vedor's base has a lot of incisors in it, and that's kind of a problem because there's nothing in front of it.
Yeah, I don't even know where this went wrong, but all of a sudden it's just Sash is all of the map and Vedor has none of it, and Vedor is gonna call it.
Vedor is gonna call it. Wow. Okay, I mean, that was pretty dominating by Sash. I feel like early game wasn't too crazy, except that Vedor's calm literally never left his base, and Sash just expanded behind it, and it felt. Yeah, I mean, it felt like he was kind of ready for it.
Yeah, the calm expand just seemed. I was curious with Vedor's greed on 3 cons expanding and the 4th in base. I was curious, like if he kept up in metal, but Sash just boomed. Like he heavily out expanded him, and Vedor was just not ready for that second lab in the north, and there was just too many units all over the map for him to deal with. Wow. Pretty dominant game. You know what, from Sash.
Yeah, and well, we'll see. High Noon is the next one, and we've seen quite a bit of variance in this map, which is pretty awesome. There's some people, if we throw to the big, some people will do the. Hold on, let me get my pen.
Well, we've seen like the back spawns in the Geo, we've seen forward spawns in the Geo, we've seen some strange spawns around the Cove. I think those are the 3 main spawns, actually, now that I think about it, that I've seen. And
Yep, so we're talking about kind of, you'll see the spawns that can be here. Wait, is that showing? Yes.
Yep.
So basically those ones are some. The one thing that I want to say was Blowdeer pointed out is that these mid-mexes here are higher value. So we've also seen quite a few people want to do these kind of forward spawns, right? Like here.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes sense, right? Like, look at the comm path from those back Geos. You just walk forward, grabbing mexes, and you just make like a half moon shape, just totally cutting off mid. Like, it's super easy. You once your mid's locked down, you can just kind of greed expand behind it, and then the shenanigans happen. Okay, you go hovers, you go sea lab, you go air, you go tier 2, anything. There's so much variety in things that you could do to hurt your opponent.
there have been some crazy, we've seen everything. I've seen a couple people drop in, like you said, and go destroyer and then contest. We've also seen tons of pincher and gator raids that come up, alligator raids that come up when someone's base is in back, and so they raid there.
What do you call pincher and Gatorades? What are you saying?
Pinchers. Yeah, pinchers are the amphibious tanks.
Pincers.
Pincers. Sorry. And alligators. Alligators are the amphibious core tanks, aren't they? I'm pretty sure.
They are. But you look, I wasn't prepared for pincher and Gatorade. Okay, I was not prepared. You are correct. There's
all right. Why you gotta be like that? Anyway,
I'm sorry.
This LDM so toxic.
Oh.
The other thing that I think is really funny on this map is I was looking at the Gex for it.
Yeah.
And let me just say, there is not a defined comm walk path. I have seen people go everywhere.
I feel like we've seen a pretty common comm walk path from like the people that I think have actually labbed this map out pretty hard, like Barcast, like Slick, like Sash and Otto. Which actually, I might look like a fool, and Sash might not even do that in this one. But I've seen a few games, and they tend to have this path from like the back spawn, and they just walk forward, grab mexes, cut off mid, and it's just like consistently just cut off mid and engage shenanigans.
There was one from Thurxie that was incredibly weird, where it was like this.
What? Huh?
I was like, but what happens if a destroyer finds your commander in the water? So there have been there have been some really weird ones. A lot of them, they just kind of go like this, they'll set up mid, and then sometimes if they're not con expanding back, they take some of those back ones. But yeah, like I was looking at the Gex for it to be like, oh, what are the comm walk paths like? And man, there is not a standard for a lot of them. I'm just going to say that we have seen some weird comm paths.
Yeah, it's a cool map. I'm a big fan. Well, I'm loaded in. Volshock, are you prepared?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right, so I'm gonna swap over. We're gonna unpause and call it a day. Let's see.
And I'm rooting for Vedor. I always want to see games go the distance, or series go the distance.
Seen into the battle would be into battle redux. I don't know why I always put a the in there. There's no the, and yet I always feel the need. So core vehicle looking like Sash is deciding to open with Vedor with the arm play. All right, already happy to see that. I'm curious what his plan is. As I feel like a lot of times when we're seeing arm in this tournament, if it's not just like a comfort pick, people are picking it specifically for something.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
I will say the mid, you can definitely get quite a bit of value from Janus in mid, just because there isn't quite as many rating paths. So if you're just pushing straight,
aggressive too. Yeah, that's interesting.
And then the water, when the things go in the water, it's shallow water in vehicles is always kind of a hilarious thing, where the rascals can't get hit by lasers, but they can get hit by the AoE of things, and no one's entirely sure what's happening.
This guy knows something? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Why would Sash say that? This guy knows something?
I'm not sure either, but Sash is going to open Con 8 Rascal, and Vedor's going to open just the one Rover into Con.
Yeah, I mean, it's really interesting, because like, there's not a lot of... At a certain point, there's really not a lot of rating. But you can be really annoying with this amount of raiders, especially if you get them on the other side of the map and you kind of just keep them there. And it looks like Vedor is going to increase it to quite a few more rovers. Oh, they're talking about... I see, they're talking about the Arcs and Cats game.
Oh, yeah.
Just keeping the pressure. Just keeping the pressure and keeping them APM taxed on their side of the map is pretty important. And a lot of Sash's rascals going directly across the map.
Vedor is going to respond now and try to clean them up. Ooh. Vedor's rating one was shot and killed before it could really do any damage, but Vedor's already comm walking. He's got the two V-Cons in base that are boosting and doing everything, and then he's going to comm walk mid. Ooh. Which I like. I mean, he's out of metal, essentially, so Sash is going to do the same thing. They burned all their starting metal. No need to keep the commander BP in base, so it's time to go take mexes.
I'm kind of surprised. Vedor, he pulled both of his cons off his lab to make an LLT in base, and that's not something we see very often. I feel like these players
He
just
was
tend to like go for a little. They just go for more units, right? Like they just defend with units rather than.
I think I like it though, because it's like he was already M stalled, and so it's like, oh, let me just make an LLT that's only 85 metal, and the scouts aren't going to be able to do anything, right? At best,
Yeah.
maybe they can hide behind the solars, tap a few, but they're not going to really do damage.
And he did get kind of lucky, and Sash drove his rascals in, and 2 of them died to that LLT. In fact, only 1 rascal left from Sash is on Vedor's side of the map. Although Vedor has, he's kind of spent a decent amount of metal on rovers here. Really needs to find some way to get some value with them. At least APM tax, right? Like.
Yeah, he was trying. He sent him across, but he found Sash's expanding comm, and
Yeah.
the whole rover versus comm fight, unless you can get a perfect surround, is really difficult.
You know, in 3 years of bar, I'm not sure I've ever actually seen a commander die to rovers or rascals. I'm sure it has happened at some point, right? But I've never seen it.
The tick snipe is a little bit more common, but even that isn't quite as common anymore. Back in the day when ticks were like 5 metal or whatever stupid thing they were, it was more common. Now that they're a little bit more balanced, it's less. Vedor is kind of all in on solar, which is interesting. Both players are. We don't see any wind.
Yeah, which, I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? 212 wind, you have a lot of metal, and you don't really have the BP early to make enough energy to keep up with how much metal you're getting, so it's just like, make basic solars, low BP requirement, no energy requirement. You can always reclaim them later. There's geos, so realistically, you just need enough energy, either stored or... Well, actually, no, probably just stored just to make your geo, and then you're fine. You're in a great position. And it's vehicles, right? You don't really need a lot of energy to
That's true.
It.
Yeah, that is definitely true. So I like this. Sash is slightly ahead in terms of economy, but the game is super, super close.
Yeah, relatively stable.
Here we go. Rascals in water.
It's so bizarre. I understand why it's happening, but my god, every time I see it, I'm just like, what? Why?
So for those of you who aren't aware, weapon emitters or lasers can't hit units that are underwater, and the scouts are super, super short, so they can't get hit.
Wait, this actually, I didn't even think about this. With Sash having them parked there, that's actually a lot of energy a second. Oh my god, that's not a small amount. I didn't think about that. That's annoying.
If they're there for like 6 seconds, it's whatever 120 E.
Oh my god, he's being so annoying. Sash, please. Okay, Vedor's actually finding a way to hit some of them, but holy.
That is some next level tech. Just that. Oh my god, this one has absorbed so much energy. Look at it. That sentry's at minus 40 E the whole time it's shooting.
He had 3 shooting. That was like half his energy was going to just these LLT shooting. That's insane.
That is some high level tech. We got some whistlers out. Teddy, you know, Teddy is in chat. He said that's bad manners, honestly.
Look, you know what? The whistlers can hit the water rascals. I like it. This is smart. All right. No, oh my god, no more having your energy drained by unkillable rascals in the water. So look at.
I mean, that is an insane amount of map knowledge, though, the ability to actually exploit that. I would not have thought of that, but it's awesome from Sash, right? Those are the things that take you from not making it out of groups to getting 3rd, 4th in multiple BPL events. So,
yeah, so, pretty even expansion, all things considered, from both of them. Vedor looking like he's investing actually way more in units than Sash is. Sash is going to go for a few offshore torpedo platforms. Looks like 1 pounder, maybe more will be coming.
Oh, is he going to try to run these through?
Oh, and
he might be able to. There's a pounder, but I don't think it gets there in time.
Oh, this is a good opening. Ooh, good self-D, almost.
He needs to commit, though. Yeah, he's gonna get in, snipe maybe some more mexes, at least get info. Oh, and he sees the Gar pike before it can go, so he knows there's going to be amphibious attack. which also reminds me, I was wrong. They're not called gators. They're called garpikes. Instigators are the old name for incisors. So I was way off base with that one, and I apologize profusely to everyone watching.
I am disappointed that they're not called Gatorades. That is very upsetting. Oh, unfortunate APM stall from Vedor here. All of these mexes were open, and he actually could have crippled Sash here, and even then actually he's kind of broken in the front door.
Yeah, I mean he's pushing in, but whistlers in close combat, that is not a thing.
Yeah, I mean the stouts behind it maybe will be a little iffy for Sash to commit on, but I mean incisors don't fight into that too poorly.
Yeah, I mean he's got a lot of stouts though too, and Sash's calm is right there. I kind of feel like we might see Vedor do Vedor things and just
send it. Oh, maybe he does seem to like just sending it.
I mean, he's got a lot of brutes, right? And or not brutes, stouts. Stout into incisor or LLT is completely fine. He doesn't have Janus, so it'll be a little bit harder to snipe, but he still can chip away.
Chipping is a little smarter. Oh, even this actually I like quite a bit. Instead of going into, as long as he stays spread, instead of going into those defenses, just kill the pounder and actually like go for Sash's base. This could be value.
Yeah, and I like this. He knows the Garpikes were there, so he's already throwing down LLTs on his own side just to be protected on both of the ramps that go up.
So Sash does not have a lot of units coming. He's in a weird E-stall moment. Just can't quite make units quickly enough to defend this, as he's kind of falling behind in army value.
There's a lot of stouts coming in here. Sash needs to be incredibly careful.
Oh,
Sash.
Yeah, I almost feel like that was a moment where he actually needed to walk his commander just to cut off the path there. I mean, it's a little scary, but he probably can degun almost infinite stouts, and well, that's not true. He can degun a lot of stouts before really having to back off.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Vedor might have that killer instinct. He might be out for blood. He's got whistlers already chipping at Sash's calm now.
Yeah, Sash is
as long as he doesn't get degunned. Oh, this is looking bad.
Yeah, I mean,
he's gonna step up. Oh, he got a few.
He's tickling Sash down. Sash is actually taking so much damage, but there's plenty of reinforcements on the way.
Yeah, that's a lot of pounders. And is Sash is gonna try to sneak through, and I think he's actually gonna be able to get through. Will this get that much damage though? I guess it might pull back the army, which is nice.
Yeah, pulling back reinforcements, anything.
There's a lot of reclaim here though. And Vedor has an entire LLT forest. That is okay.
Forward bot lab. I like this a lot from Vedor. He's gonna, I'm assuming, make resbots, or even then making anything really. Just having forward units being produced is quite strong.
And maybe he can get the BP. I think he's just too low. He's not gonna be able to really get much with these incisors. I was thinking maybe he could get some BP, but it doesn't even look like it. Oh, and one Garpike did get through.
Well, some
and
good
is sniping mexes, but Vedor is really far ahead economically, and he has this raid coming into Sash's base. I don't know. Sash is throwing down twin guards. Maybe he can hold it.
Yeah, that is a lot of stouts with whistlers behind it. I have a feeling you're right. I think Sash can hold this, although his lab is idle. But he's got enough units. He's got the twin guards. It hurts. It's definitely hurting what's happening, but I think he defends this.
I think, yeah, this might just be metal donation. And Sash's calm has gotten a lot of the metal in mid. Vedor is still pushing. He's started on an ECLT, but it might be a little bit late.
Strange choice to go for that rather than securing the metal. I'm a little surprised at that.
Yeah, that Garpike has 13 kills, by the way.
Yeah, that's actually a lot of max damage that Vedor is now taking. He has enough LLTs here. He should be able to defend the rest of his mexes, but somehow, some way, he needs to retake that part of the map.
I almost want to see him just go Janus and snipe this calm, but I guess he's gonna commit. Oh, he's gonna commit into Blitz.
Interesting. I mean, maybe. It's still going to be basically impossible to go for this commander with this comp, I feel like, unless Sash massively messes up.
Yeah, and that huge metal feat. Oh, Sash in the T2 transition. That is bold. I mean, he got a lot of metal, and there's still, whatever, 1K, almost 2K.
Yeah, quite a bit of metal.
Oh, and Vedor's
Oh.
gonna do the same.
Tier 2 bot. Interesting decision. I am curious if this is a fat boy ankle. I mean, maybe it is. This close, it could actually maybe kill Sash before he can react.
So outside of Air Labs, that is the single rarest lab in the entire BPL for qualifiers. We've only seen 3 of them across like 125 games.
Oh, Vedor may have bitten off more than he could chew here as he tried to commit onto Sash's base again, and Sash just had pounders and salamanders ready and waiting for him.
Sash, what are you doing?
Oh my god, Sash, not like this. Don't do it like this, bro.
God,
Holy. I didn't even look because I thought there's no way. Why would he do... Well,
I just saw him like walking towards me. I thought
Vedor.
he was gonna D-gun, but he just reclaimed and then started tanking. Is Vedor gonna full send it?
Well, he pinged the comm. He knows Sash is low. He wants this. He's got hounds there.
Sash has 500 HP. He doesn't get away from this. He's going down,
Oh,
I think.
no.
And there's hounds chasing at... It's so close.
Oh, Sash, not like this. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
No, that is so unfortunate. Oh man. I mean,
all right, amazing. You just have to give a shout out to Vedor for the absolute Chad,
well
like
done.
T2 frontline move. Like, your side of the river, no, my side of the river, and to cement it, here's my Armada bot lab.
And you know what? All the hound deniers out there, we just watched as hounds kill the man in a tournament game. I don't know. Hounds OP? You tell me. I don't know.
They're not. No, they're dead. The fact that he won with them is in spite of them being hounds.
Full shock, you just don't understand science, okay? They're right there. They're right in front of us.
All right. Really?
Oh, man. Well, yeah, then we get our game 3, and we get our instant battle redux.
This is one of the least played maps. We only saw it 7 times in qualifiers. We saw 5 arm picks and 9 core picks. Core had a 56% win rate. Arm had a 40% win rate. So off the incredibly limited sample size, we're just going to extrapolate because that's what we do. So yeah, if you pick arm, you're going to lose. 100%.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's definitely possible. I mean, arm seems to be struggling a little bit in this tournament. There's not really anybody finding a whole lot of consistent success with it. Maybe somebody's got some secret pocket strategies for the main event, but we'll have to see during the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little map too, which is kind of interesting. I think it's the smallest map in the pool. I guess maybe Red Comet's smaller, but Red Comet's rectangular. But yeah, so I'm just excited because we haven't really seen games on it, or I haven't cast games on it. Games have happened on it, obviously. I just haven't seen them all. So
I've only seen one, and it was a quick game. So I'm hoping we get to see a little bit longer, maybe a little bit more stable game. We'll have to see what we get.
Yeah, I'm excited. And remember, this is game 3, so winner of this is through to the round of 8, and loser is going to have to do another series. And if they win that, they can progress. But
all right,
this is for all the cards.
For all the cards. I am ready. Are you loaded in and ready to go?
Oh, I am ready for action. Let's go.
Let's go. Game 3, Sash versus Vedor into the battle redux. And I put the "thun" there again, and I realized I did that one day. I will say this map's name correctly. But today is probably not that day. And as we can tell, neither player has gone arm. All right, our arm dreams have once again been well, thrown into the dumpster. That is a lot of energy that the Vedor's making before a lab. Holy.
Yeah. What?
4 wins and 2 solars before a lab is a large amount of energy. Yeah, like Sash is far more consistent with what I would expect to see. Okay, there you go. He changed it around. Thank you, Vedor. All right, we were concerned for your health with what we had just seen, but this makes more sense. Going for arm bots. Wow. Core bots on the 2max, I'm assuming. Oh, no.
Yeah, Court, it's going to be bot versus V again, right? This is kind of a rematch of that Archsome Cats game, because game 1 was bot versus V, but it was reversed, and Sash won that. Although Sash did drop out of his bots into vehicles relatively early, but yeah, we'll see.
Well, this will be interesting to see how Vedor manages to defend this, as he was definitely far more of the the aggressor, I want to say, as he had, you know, his rascals on Sash's side of the map very early in that Arc Cats game, but I'll have to see how well he does this. I'm gonna hit the T button. I'm gonna hope it doesn't do a 360. Okay, it didn't. Beautiful. I'm so afraid to hit
Gorgeous.
that now. No bug.
And here comes the Rascal, but Vedor already has 2 grunts out, so I don't know if this Rascal, it might be able to snipe 1 max. I don't even know if it'll get that, though. The
probably.
commander's there.
Yeah, Vedor should be able to defend this quite easily, although he has to be careful to not chase the Rascal as well. You know, it's a Rascal, and I'm going to look like an idiot should Sash APM. No, there he goes. Okay.
There's no way he can catch it. It's impossible.
Yep.
And it's gone.
And then Sash APM stalls, and of course the Rascal dies. But no. Sash too good. He's going to keep active, keep tasking, you know, Vedor to stay on the defense. Oh, actually, Vedor's going to go aggressive with these grunts. Interesting.
It is interesting. I mean, it's a smaller map, right? So I think maybe you feel like you can cover a lot of it just with your commander and LLTs.
Oh.
But Sash already is dropping incisors, and Grunt Incisor is an incredibly rough matchup.
Interesting comm path from Sash. He's going to walk to about 5 mexes and then walk back to his lab. Interesting.
It's like it's kind of a mini X-Fac build. He just wants that metal to pump incisors and then steamroll through. He knows that it's core bot, so it's going to be incisor, you know, mass grunt versus mass incisor. I don't think, well, it's narrow enough. Do you think he could try to do a thug transition? I don't think so. I think you have to stay grunt, right?
In the qualifier games, we saw it as Sabutai did actually do like a really early thug transition against Teddy. And there was a brief moment where Teddy was actually in a lot of danger, as there was just all of a sudden 20 thugs in his face. But it's possible. It is a very small map. But Vedor's going to get a couple grunts in the backline of Sash.
He's going to get these. He's going to get a max. And then he's just going to run up the cliff and the vehicles can't chase.
That's so funny. Yeah, the terrain difference here is actually very favorable for the bot, as
the vehicles can go up the right though. Does he just not know that, or
maybe Sash doesn't even want to chase? I'm not sure.
That's true. Once the incisor goes up, the grunts just hop down.
Yeah.
But Sash might be able to snipe this expanding con.
Yeah, he looks like there's nothing there to defend it, but as Vedor's just messing with Sash on the backline, but...
Yeah, but his Rascal is totally going to get this, I think. Nothing... Oh, Citizen's Arrest? Who's the winner?
The Grunt might get there in time if Vedor micros. Yeah, he should be able to defend his con. Well, all things considered, relatively even. Sash has a slight metal lead, but... yeah, that's about it, actually, really. It's relatively even. As Vedor has started his comm walk, he has 2 cons expanding, and Sash has 1 comm expanding in his comm walk. I don't know, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Vedor is gaming. He had, 80, he had 2 grunts, 80 metal, keep like 5 incisors in the base. So that was nice, but now we're going to see grunts... They can't snipe this comm, can they?
Sash is stalling?
There are no D-guns. Good point.
Yeah, okay, Vedor doesn't want to commit to it. It would have been a little scary, right? The D-gun widget kicked in, and Sash had enough energy. He probably could have gotten the D-guns off to defend that. It wasn't quite enough grunts, I think. If that was pawns, I think we hit the go button, as they would have eaten that commander alive. Yeah. But I am getting a little worried for Vedor, to all things considered. How many incisors are we up to? 12?
We are 11. Yeah, 11 incisors, 21 grunts.
Oh, man. That's... it's reaching the numbers where I start fearing, like, okay, the grunts kind of can't fight this anymore. They just get run over. And I think Vedor needs to be thinking about a transition at this point, or, you know, thugs for aggressiveness, or air lab or something, or probably not an air lab. I don't know. Well, maybe actually Shurikens could be some.
Yeah, I think you can Shuri grunt and definitely survive a lot of T1, but
yeah, I don't know. Grunt is definitely running out of value. I think we're clearly reaching that point.
Yeah, I agree. I think thugs actually, especially in this map, because it's so small and there is terrain to abuse, definitely could be useful, because you can just high ground thug and then push up and back up. And
Yeah, and like you said, the map is small, so you're 2 feet from them. The thug push arrives, and there's just not really time to react. You just need to not die to incisors, which I do think, you know, Vedor is in the position where he has enough units to really kind of stop these incisors from outright killing him, but it is a little sketchy. It's a little scary. Vedor does get 1 grunt in, but Sash did opt for quite a lot of LLTs.
Yeah, I don't think that grunt's really gonna accomplish much. And he has his own raid. Wait,
Oh.
Vedor pulled all of his grunts up.
Oh, he did. He's ignoring this raid. I mean, Vedor is making more LLTs, but
Oh, and he swapped the thug.
I like it. I do like it. I feel like this could happen and just hit, and Sash could just die. I am kind of worried about this, like northern position for Vedor, as there are some incisors heading that way, and I mean, while Vedor's army is also heading that way, they might just be 2 ships passing in the night, and these incisors from Sash could just kill Vedor. But oh no, Sash is pulling back. Okay, see something I don't.
And that raid on bottom is definitely getting into position. There's 4 LLTs in its path, though, so we'll see if it can really accomplish very much.
And I mean, Sash, he sees 1 LLT, sees the second one being made, and I think he's gonna be in for a bit of a surprise when he sees the 4th. He can just go around, to be fair, and I think, yeah, that is what he's gonna do, and that will actually be
devastating. All those LLTs don't cover it. They're just gonna run.
No.
He can just hit his base, right?
I mean, there's some thugs, but that is a lot of incisors that are about to be on Vedor's front
That
door.
might be game. I mean, all of this E is exposed. These thugs are going to try to do what they can, but this is terrifying.
Oh, man. And to be fair, the thugs are doing pretty well. Like, it's grouped up incisors. Their AoE is good, but, like, this is a lot of energy that is going to die. I think Vedor might just die here.
I think you might be right. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, the thugs are going for it. That's his entire E economy, though. And
oh, man.
He's going to try to commit on the front line in mid, too, it looks like. But, oh, boy.
Oh, yeah, this is desperately reaching those points where I think Vedor has to flip that switch and go, okay, it's comm trade time, and just walk at him like we need to reach down.
I think that might be exactly what he's doing now. He's, here comes the commit.
I mean, there's more incisors than Vedor has grunts at this point. I don't even know if this is a commitment that I don't know. This is super dangerous. Vedor needs to get some hot D guns, maybe. I guess with the
but he just lost all of his E, right? So D guns are going to be a little difficult.
He has 180. He still has a little bit. He has 180 energy income right now. It's like the wind is very high, so there is a chance he actually has enough to defensively D gun here. Although, he's taking a lot of damage. We're getting a stressy moment. He's committing on Sash.
Oh, he's going.
Oh, he stopped moving. Oh, Vedor needs to get to D-guns. Sash has 427 HP. Oh my god, the conturn's repairing. Cool. He almost did it.
Repair carried it. It was so close.
My god. This man is insane. How does he keep getting away with this?
Dude, I do not know. That was incredibly close. That was amazing.
Wow. Well, all things considered, pretty quick set. I mean, it went the distance, and Vedor almost won that last game. It was a little bit of a coin flip, but you know what? That man continues to coin flip and coming out ahead. So, not a bad play, all things considered.
No, I mean that was actually an exciting series for sure. That's interesting. Let me fix groups and we can go check it out.
All right. Yeah. Man, I mean that puts us in an interesting position of Vedor is going to the losers bracket, right? The loser elimination game versus Raxel, right? I believe is the. Oh man, we're gonna. You know what? I don't want to think about it. We'll find out.
No. Go. You're right. Go throw to Group D.
Yeah. Okay.
Right so Sash takes it 2-1 over Vedor, and then we just need to find out the losers final. So Vedor will have one last chance.
Yeah, so it's going to be Vedor in the elimination final versus whoever wins between Akumar and
And
Raxel.
Draxel.
Uh, which, you know, that could be kind of cool. So see.
That's a UK versus US show match. I'm ready.
Yeah, yeah. You know, both of those players also pretty solid. I mean, Vedor 2-0 in Raxel. After what we saw in Alpha Cup, kind of not what I expected. Raxel was I remember Otto saying, you know, was one of those players that I think gave Otto the hardest games out of the entirety of Alpha Cup, which, you know, pretty big compliment to receive from Otto.
Yeah, that is a massive compliment to receive from Otto. Yeah, and that'll be our next one.
Yeah,
After, well, we can close this out and then
yeah.
we'll start it on that. But thanks everyone for watching. We're trying to close out Group D here, the Raptor Petting Zoo group. So you know,
The what? I'm sorry. Am I missing
look at the image.
the
Look at
image?
the background.
Oh my God! Wait, what? Okay, I didn't even see that. Yep, the Raptor petting zoo group. Yep, that's what they are now. But yeah,
That's
that's it
right.
for us, and we'll you know, go and I think we're gonna go watch an Akumar versus Raxel set and see how that turns out. So
Oh yeah.
well, I guess we'll see you guys in
All
a
right,
bit.
we'll see you there.